Hi, Dr. Heather here from Wellspring Chiropractic Lifestyle Center. Today I want to explain to you how chiropractic helps to eliminate digestive concerns. You know, the brain is in charge of running everything, and as long as the messages get from the brain to the cells and back again without interference, you get to be healthy. But if there's any kind of misalignment of the spine, what we call a subluxation, that is disturbing that flow of messages, then we're going to start to see breaking down of function in the body. And so subluxations actually cause the brain to not have an accurate perception of what's happening in the body. And if it comes to your digestive system, in order to run that properly, the brain has to know exactly what's going on. So it has to get clear messages coming from the digestive organs back up to the brain to tell it what's happening so that it can then turn around and respond properly, readily, and appropriately to whatever changes are happening down there. And so if there's disturbance in the flow of messages where the brain is not getting accurate information, or the information the brain is sending out to direct those organs is being altered and interfered with, that's what is going to cause that breaking down in function. The other piece with subluxations and misalignments of the vertebrae is they actually set up a stress response in the body. And there's an increase in stress hormones that flood the body when there are subluxations. If we have a lot of stress going on, then we know if a tiger was chasing us, our digestion would get shut down. So if we're in a chronic stress mode, that can be one of the factors that is causing the digestion to not work properly. When I do examinations of the spine and I look for where the subluxations are that relate to the different digestive concerns, what I commonly find are, for constipation, we'll find C1 to C3, the upper cervical spine, is where one of the subluxation patterns may be, as well as L1 to 3 and L1 and 2, that sort of area, upper lumbar, and then right down at the base of the spine, L5 sacrum. The reason is that in the upper cervical spine, the vagus nerve comes down and it's in charge of running all of the organs right down to the large intestine. And that's also where the brainstem is, and the brainstem is where all the control centers are for all the organ systems. That L1 upper lumbar area, L1 and 2, that's the nerve supply that goes to the ileocecal valve and the top of the top of the colon. And then also that L5 sacrum, that's that nerve supply right into the rectal area and the large bowel. Now, when it comes to people that struggle with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, also people that struggle with celiacs, that tends to involve more of the small intestines. And so that's oftentimes going to be that T7 to T11 area. And then for people that are struggling with heartburn, gasiness, bloating, GERD, reflux, that kind of thing, that's going to be more the T4 to T7 area where I find the classic subluxation patterns. And of course, that upper cervical area oftentimes can be involved as well, as it is in charge of controlling all of the digestive organs. I hope that you found this useful, because understanding what's happening with the nervous system can be a key piece to digestive function. And so once we do discover where the subluxation patterns are, then what should we do about it? Well, we need to correct those. In our office, we use light touch chiropractic care, very specific adjustments that are going to help the brain to find those subluxation patterns, those misalignments, and actually make those corrections to bring greater alignment so that the brain now has a more accurate, clearer image of what's happening in the body, and the messages from the brain are coming through in a clearer way as well. So when we put that together, identifying where the subluxations are, analyzing and what we need to do to correct those subluxations, that's how chiropractic care helps to eliminate digestion concerns.